We are now going to visit the God of Light. And here's a funny thing actually with this part, when I was in before it. This part was actually recorded twice. What happened was a bit of a hiccup. Let's see, I did the entire part, and then I discovered that I hadn't actually even been recording. Because I'd forgotten to do something very impressive, which was actually press the record button. And actually it was even more embarrassing than that than I expect. The recording device actually wasn't even on. Yeah. I'm a dum-dum. My skills are very impressive, as you can tell. I'm consistently getting lost here. Now we are in the God of Light mountain. This is the mountain for the God of Light. Very complicated, I know. And here we have the first main enemies of these. These are metal bugs. Metal beetles. Now here's a fun thing about metal beetles. If you use magic on them, it does absolutely nothing. Yep. So you basically just have to use physical attack on them. Thankfully I don't have that much HP, this helps.
Not bad, eh?
You smash it and they're down. And now we have some weak cars of snakes. Because they're snakes and they do snake stuff. Here are not tough enemies in the slightest.
Not bad, eh?
And enemies are kaput. And we have these are tarantulas. Yes, these white things are bone tarantulas. Weird, I know. And they have a very weird scream when we die.
Pretty easy, right, Puppy?
Good, and the good thing is I will be very soon done with this. As you can sort of slightly hear me talking in the background, but I was organising some stuff. Means I can see what powers I can use. Go up and 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 up, and more snakes and more bugs. Goodbye. More bugs, more stuff. Another thing. And yet another spider. A little bit easy to get lost in here, might I add. Kaboom! It was definitely much a big of a foot style. Climbing up. You're actually going the other way because I'm trying to get more stuff. More stuff. Life seed. HP go up. As you can see. You can see. Well, that was good. But I'm letting you say there's something going on. It's like you can go on the. Do more stuff. We get more stuff. More stuff. More tarantulas and more bugs. Even more money. And we've gone past that. And that was me realising I missed an item. Again. No more enemies. And a paralyzed charm. Basically, it means you less ability to be paralyzed. Now, here we are, the fierce god of light mountain's peak. From which we get a resurrection potion. Money. A powerful new whip, a mist whip. Down here, a treasure chest with a trust again, and a light amplifier. It's time for an intense fight, a brutal match against the god of light. This battle will take centuries to do. And that's it. No, I'm dead serious, that's literally what it is. No, like God amulet. Let's get a really decent one. And now I have to go back. Yeah, I'm going to go down the mountain. It isn't that big of a mountain, which helps. Going down the mountain. Does he come? We are going down the mountain down. Do my quick checkup. Yeah. You always forget if he doesn't load or not. This is me getting lost again. Now we apparently have to drink the nectar of the gods. As you gotta do a lot of talking. I just love the line of young man with the wooed mouth. Something so beautifully perfect about this beat. And so we apparently now have to go to the other wall. And I kept thinking that was a door I might add. So we must now stay at William's high place. Place to the west. And one nice map. I think the thing to move is annoying. And now look at wild forces. Oh, now here. This is not gonna go as well as I expect. And Lean is now in command. We are they are trying to obtain the last piece of something. What I'm unsure. This is not good. What I was doing there was I just realised I just doing some sorting out. Just to make things a little bit clearer in case stuff comes out. And now we've got to go to the God of Light Mountain again. Oh jeez. Since it's the only thing we have to fight, we must now stop it. Let's go. But unfortunately, we got enemies to deal with. But thankfully, the enemies we already dealt with beforehand. So they're quite easy to take out. Unfortunately, yeah, you gotta deal with a lot of forces. I'm so thankful that this was actually able to work. I'm sorting out the items and stuff like that. More enemies. Down in 5 seconds. Even more enemies. Even quicker. Even more enemies. Can you see why I skip most of these fights now? Going up, and pretty much the bows are done. It's all going up the area. Moving noise, and let's just say things are about to get better or worse. They're taking the God of Light. And then we got a big one. Lena and Fina. Lean and Fina are twin sisters. This is not the most pleasant of family reunions in existence. Now that's been taken away again. Not if Justin has anything to say about it. And of a gigantic leap. And the spirit stone itself is reacting. And whoops. Well, they have parts of the spirit stone, not all of it. So it was a complete failure. And so Roland plans on getting him next time. And this is where things get a bit annoying. But not this, because you get mist clearing up, which means you can get for the stuff. Apparently the missing which the heart comes the hearts, the village and the villagers itself for some bizarre reason. They're a friend of friends. And we will never see him again. Because now we are going to the end of the world. That's not a literal metaphor, it's an actual place called the end of the world. And here's where things get a bit annoying. The enemies have respawned. Yep, the enemies respawn when you... because it's like he rebooting the thing again. It's like you've left the map and you've come back to it. So basically we go down the mountain. Boring summons. Down the mountain. Everything just makes everything get out of my way. Now we're back in the village. That was just me doing a quick save. Do something like this. And that was me trying to know where the weapon store was. We're gonna figure out the stupid thing was. And so I was getting a bit of defense. I think we can get a few defensive items as well. I decided not to get any of those ones. Nobody does that. Yeah. We got all the stuff we needed. And now it's time for us to go to the end of the world. But not before we save again. Oh wait, no, I wasn't saving, I was starting again. Doing some sorting out. And now to the Misty Forest. I hope they won't neglect. It's very slow, that. Apologies if anyone has epilepsy for that little thing I just did. But unfortunately, we're still in the forest. And then, as you know, last time, the forests are very, very easy to get lost in. 6 minutes left. We have some, okay, not new enemies, they're just recolors. Gas clouds. When I visited my first recording before I realized I record, I got into a situation where I got into a massive... until I got ambushed by like 5 of them, and it was a nightmare to deal with those ones. Ugh. I guess there was. Now we got Yawn, which is a sleep move. Money. This is, I don't think it's as bad as the other one because at least it's small pathways, and not really just a maze. Yeah, but it's very similar to Final Fantasy 13, but still. Now we got dodos. Yes, dodos. We are when we oh, this was a nightmare area. I got remember like 3 times I remember. In my recording, the one from the. What the heck, you know? Yep, more mist monsters. Well, actually, no, these are killer trees. There's a new for me, but still. And for some reason, somehow that wasn't hit by the target.
Pretty easy.
You got a ton of money. Defeated. Shoulder. More mist monsters. I think HC Basin though, if you want to try, you may will need. You're gonna have to be careful when you're recording it, dude. You're a much better person than I am. You're like a genius, but don't try using 1080. Use it this all the time. No money. All bad guys. Go across the river. Now we west. Getting closer in the world. We'll probably close to the end of this commentary, dude. And this is the point where I saved over my old stuff. I had obviously actually done it faster than that time. It's ironic, I know. And this is when we are reaching the end. So, bye.